Alrighty. Hi there, everyone. Happy Saturday. Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist T.J. Springer here in the Storm Center. And I hope you've had a great week. Hard to believe that summer officially began. That, to me, is just wild. Now, remember, when we're talking about seasonal changes, and for instance, the summer solstice beginning, that's all in terms of the astronomical seasons. Now, weather-wise, we kind of observe summer starting on June 1st because of climatological norms, temperature norms. That's kind of how we do it when we're looking at weather patterns. June 1st is summer, September 1st is the start of fall, and December 1st is the start of winter, and so on and so forth. So a little tidbit, but it's officially summer no matter how you look at it, and it certainly has been a hot stretch. Now, thankfully, there has been nothing really to speak of in the tropics, which is good news. That's going to be something we'll talk a little bit more in depth about. If you have any weather questions, please throw them in. We're on Fox Local. We are on, actually, let me make sure. We are on Fox Local real fast. Actually, you know what? We are not, but we will be on Fox Local in just a minute. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. All right, let me make sure. We should be on Fox Local now. Just want to make sure I see that pop up before we go any further. All right, I'm actually going to check one thing. But again, thank you for hopping on. All right, I'm just going to check our website real fast. Just make sure things are looking ship shape on our end. Let's see here. Live new stream. We are live. Good deal. Okay. Just wanted to make sure we were good all across the board. Again, if you have any questions, hello, Freddie. Good morning to you. Hi, Alice. Thanks for hopping on. I'm going to bop on over to YouTube. Not seeing any comments right now, but again, anything that comes to mind, whether it's weather-related, theme parks-related, me-related, anything that comes across your mind, throw it in, and I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability. All right, so back to the tropics. So, thankfully, over the next 7 days, this is per the National Hurricane Center, we are not expecting any sort of tropical development. So, this is great news. If you've been watching us or keeping tabs on the tropics in the Pacific, it's certainly been a lot more active. They were just dealing with Hurricane Eric that made landfall in Mexico. If you have any friends or family over there, hopefully everybody was okay. Sending good vibes, thoughts, prayers to anyone that was impacted badly by Hurricane Eric as it was moving into Mexico, because I know that as we were reporting on it, the areas that it was impacting still fairly tourist driven. I'm sure a lot of folks on vacation, but this for us is great news because of how quiet things have been over here on the Atlantic side. It's really thanks to the dust, the setup that we have in the tropics. Atmospherically speaking, we've had a lot of wind shear, a hostile wind environment. Remember, when we say wind shear, that's the turning of the wind with height in speed and direction as well. So with tornadic activity, we're looking at the potential for more wind shear to bring the shot at tornadoes. But in the tropics, the more wind shear you have, the more that we're going to see a lack of hurricanes, or hurricanes not able to form, or tropical systems not able to develop, which is great news. Notice, too, how much dust we have. We had a lot of Saharan dust here, not this past week, but more so the previous week. If you have allergies, I'm an allergy sufferer, so I was dealing with that myself. I felt like I was having, sniffles, sneezing, and I can only imagine it was from some of the higher concentrations of dust in the atmosphere. But we have more. We have a little bit across the Caribbean now. Not a lot, but we have more coming off the coast of Africa. And with this ridge of high pressure, kind of where we have the Bermuda High, we're going to start to see more of this dust moving our way. And I think that's going to be something that we'll notice as we head through the next couple weeks. So we could be dealing with more dust in the air as we head through late this weekend into next week, seeing at least more down to our south and east. This is paused at Wednesday. You can see that dust plume moving our way, and it starts to close in on, let's see, gotta love technology, right? I think the keyboard's fighting me back on this on this Saturday morning, but I can use the mouse. That's good news. We can see that dust kind of moving up and around that ridge, getting into the Gulf. So it actually may spare us in the Sunshine State. We might not see too much dust at all, at least in our sky locally speaking, but it looks like it could impact some of the south as we progress through the next couple weeks. Now, hurricane name-wise, just to recap that, as we head into hopefully the next couple months, we can keep this pattern. We can stay quiet. But the first name on the list is Andrea. I hope I'm saying that right. I know there's a really specific pronunciation. If you remember, I think that was 2 or 3 years ago, might have been 2022, we had Isaias. I just remember we all had a lot of different pronunciations of that, but there's one, and I'll have to look at the list myself. It might be Andrea. That might be the way to pronounce it. Brooke Berry, Chantal, Dexter, Aaron, then we go all the way up toward Wendy. So those are a look at the hurricane names. We're always tracking the tropics. We're always trying to keep you ahead of what could be happening there. But let's get back to our forecast this weekend. Before we jump into that, I'm going to hop on over and make sure I'm not missing any questions or comments you may have. Hi, Bobette. Hi, Joseph. How are you? Hi, Christina. Yeah, it's hard to believe that it's almost July. I'm with you. I feel like it is just... this summer is flying by, and I feel like it's hard to believe that we're already in late June already. Just nuts. All right, so we're going to jump into our local forecast now. It looks like now the keyboard might not be fighting me anymore. Let's see if I can get this to... It's working now. So a few showers and thunderstorms offshore. Thankfully, with this ridge of high pressure, if you have any outdoor plans, maybe you're here visiting on vacation. If you're watching, thank you. We love to have you. We're really not expecting a ton of rain today. We'll show you that Fox model here in a moment. Temperature-wise right now, already in the 80s. It's feeling rough. Let me bop on over to our feels like temps, or the heat indices, already feeling like the 90s. And just want to give you a heads up, if you are watching us on Fox Local, we're going to take a break here in just about a minute. Let me see here. Yeah, we'll be on break for about 2 minutes. So don't fret, we will be back. We'll stay with you on YouTube and on Facebook. So if any question pops into your head, throw it in, and we can definitely answer it when we get back. And if you are on Fox Local and you want to submit a question, join us on Facebook and YouTube as well, so you can submit those. So I'll have a quick little 2-minute break here, and we'll be right back on Fox Local. Meanwhile, I'm going to hop on, just make sure sometimes between bopping back and forth between different Facebook accounts, sometimes I miss comments, so I'm making sure I'm not missing anything on my end. I did share it on my Facebook page. And for those that maybe haven't realized that we're doing this, so this is going to be every Saturday and Sunday at 10:30. We're going to be live with you and doing these little breakfast chats, these little Fox 35 weather extras. And we love to do it. We're so happy to do it because a lot of times, you know, our newscasts, they end at certain times, and we can be with you here anytime we want, whether it be on YouTube, on Facebook, on Fox Local. Especially if the weather is bad, you can count on us being over here as well, streaming, or potentially over in the studio on air. Looks like for some reason this did not I'm making sure that we're, let's see. It's looking like we might be still on Fox Local. Sorry for the technical issues here, everybody. Just want to make sure I'm doing the right thing over here on my end. But this gives you a minute to maybe bring any questions that you may have. I'm not seeing anything on Facebook right now. Let me bop on over to YouTube. Not seeing anything there either. But if you have anything, please throw it in. All right, it looks like we are on a break right now. Okay, good. Alrighty, well, again, this is no surprise. If you live here in Florida, you vacation here frequently, you know that in June, we're in the heart of the rainy season. The heat and humidity, that's just a daily occurrence now, and that's why the feels like temps are already around 10-ish degrees above the outside temperature, thanks to dew points that are in the 70s. That's what we're expecting. Now, something that's going to be changing this week slightly is that with this ridge of high pressure, we're going to be feeling some drier air working around that ridge up into the peninsula. So we may feel the humidity creep down just a touch. I don't think it's going to be terribly noticeable, but I do think that it is going to bring the heat indices, or those feels like temps, down just a little bit. And it's also going to stifle our rain chances a little bit as well. It's seeming like chances only going to be around 20% or so, maybe even a little less than that at times, depending on where you live across Central Florida. But when you have all this heat, when you have a big old heat dome or a big old ridge, it's hard to get storms to form. You get sinking motion when you're around a ridge or under a ridge. Now, with Florida, we're a little different because we have the sea breeze interaction, and that brings the lift oftentimes enough to bring isolated showers and thunderstorms just like today. So I do think that that's something that we'll have to monitor. Now, we're going to come back on Fox Local. All right. And there is a little delay, just so you know. So if you have been watching us on YouTube or Facebook, there's like around a 6-second delay that we always deal with. So we should be coming back on Fox Local here in just a minute. Hello, Ty. How are you? Good morning to you in Ocala. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm with you. The grass is loving it. Our grass is really green as well. We need some more rain. Now, I feel like we've been missing out on it in where we are in Volusia County. So I'm glad you've been getting some rain. I know more's coming today. It looks like it's really going to focus on Marion County, Sumter County, Lake County, and even along the I-4 corridor. But beaches today, I'll show you that beach forecast here in a minute. It really looks like we are, we're not going to be seeing all that much moisture focused along the coast. Okay. Let's push on here. Over the next 12 hours, you can see this feels like temps back into the upper 90s, low 100s. Rain chances going up as we progress through early in the afternoon as that sea breeze interaction starts to develop. Okay, beach forecast. If you have any beach forecast plans, I should say beach plans. If you're planning on hitting the beach, the forecast really shapes up quite nicely. We are expecting water temperatures to be a little cooler, but hey, mid-70s, when it feels this hot outside, it should be beautiful. Now, with the onshore flow, it's looking like we are going to have that rip current risk a little higher, but we're also going to have temperatures a little cooler. If you remember the last couple weekends, we had more of that southwesterly flow, so temperatures were hotter near the coast. Upper 80s, lower 90s, that's what we're looking like in that regard. So if you are out and about and you're expecting temperatures to be a little hotter, not that it's not going to be hot, but we're still expecting temperatures to be just a few degrees cooler near the beaches. Now, if you have any plans to try to surf, waves not looking all that big. We were actually up at Daytona Beach yesterday for our Rip Current story, our summer safety spotlight, and we didn't really see a lot of wave action. Still waves, but 2-foot waves is kind of tough to get out there and surf. Now, rain chances, I wanted to keep them around 20% because I still think if they're not right near the coast, some of those isolated showers and thunderstorms that do form, I think if we're going to have them potentially in some of the western reaches of, say, Brevard County, up into Volusia County, then heading toward the I-4 corridor. Maybe you have theme park plans. Maybe you're getting out to do some, let's see, did we jump through? All right, let's see. I blew through Seawolf. Didn't want to do that. We can see the chances for showers and thunderstorms still going to be with us during the afternoon. So if you're planning on getting out there past lunchtime, any theme park, whether it be SeaWorld, Disney, Universal, expect the potential for some isolated showers and thunderstorms. That's why you probably want to pack the poncho in the bag if you can. Alrighty. So highs today, forecast wise, you can see, remember I was talking about temperatures being a little bit cooler near the coast. Upper 80s, lower 90s, but the farther inland you get, we are expecting highs to top out in the lower to potentially even middle 90s. Check out Ocala and Gainesville. If you don't get a downpour, temperature is going to be really hot. Now, notice to the north, you can see the shades of darker red, deeper red, almost that white hue. That is because you're getting closer to that center of high pressure, and that's where temperatures are going to be even warmer. So definitely going to be steamy. If you're traveling maybe up to the Carolinas, up toward the mid-Atlantic beaches, really the entire eastern third of the country going to be sweltering with this. Hello, Greg. How are you? Hi, Audra. Oh my gosh. I love that you're heading over to Hollywood Studios. Let me know what you think of the Villain Show. We saw it actually a couple weeks ago. We really liked it. We thought it was really, really fun. All right, I'm seeing if I'm missing any other questions or comments. Not seeing anything on YouTube. Again, if you're just joining us, hello. We're on Fox Local. We're on Facebook. We are on YouTube. And this is our Fox 35 Weather Extra, our breakfast chat that we do now every Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10:30. All right, lows tonight back down into the middle to upper 70s. And any showers and thunderstorms that do form are going to quickly fade away once we lose that daytime driven instability. Now, if you were just joining us, we were talking about the heat indices and how it could be feeling later on this week as we get some drier air. You can see the heat indices come down just a little bit. Not much, but a sign that the dew points may be dropping off a little bit with that drier air working into the sunshine state. Still, though, it's going to feel like the upper 90s, around 100 degrees, which is hot. Sultry, steamy, not great to be out and about. They do start to rebound as we head toward Thursday. It's looking like this ridge is going to start to break down some later in the week, and it's looking like that could bring some more showers and thunderstorms. Chances starting to go back up as we get into a more typical rainy season, summer-like pattern. Now, I'm going to take a little pause here because we do have to take another quick break on Fox Local. So let us do that, and we'll hang out on Facebook and YouTube. Anything that comes to mind, throw it in the comments section. Speaking of Disney, we had some stories this morning on Good Day Orlando. We were talking about Test Track reopening. We were talking about a brand new, almost little dining tour at Disney Springs. David was down there. David Martin was down there speaking with their vice president, and it sounds like a blast. It sounds like it's all featured around Florida cuisine. So if you're a fan of all things Florida savory, get down there to Disney Springs. If you do, let me know what's good. I'm really excited to get down there ourselves and try some of the new eats, new drinks, new things like that out. We'll probably try to get down there ourselves. Actually, we may get down there today even. That might be on our Saturday list of plans. Hey, and let me know what you're doing today. If you have anything fun going. Hi, Roberto. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. And again, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, I see 12 of you watching. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks for joining me. Not seeing anything chat-wise, but just thought I'd check. For those of you that are really big Disney fans, you've noticed that if you have been down in the last year or so, Test Track has been closed. That was another one of our big stories this morning that we were talking about in our theme park segment. And it's going to be opening on July 22nd. All right, we're going to join Fox Local once again, so thanks for bearing with me there. Alrighty. Okay, we're back on Fox Local, Fox 35 Facebook, and Fox 35's YouTube page. We're also live on my Facebook page, Meteorologist T.J. Springer. If you have not gone ahead and followed that, please do so, because you can get all of our latest and just little things, little tidbits about me as well. I try to keep it fun over on my Facebook page, whether it be theme park related, whether it be me related, life related, or weather related. So a mix of everything on my Facebook page. Again, that's Meteorologist T.J. Springer. Gosh, it's one of those Saturdays where I feel like I can't talk. My mouth is not connecting with my brain. I think we all have those days, right? Okay, so back to the forecast. We'll be hanging out for another 10-ish minutes or so. Here's our Fox model. And through the afternoon, there's that dominant onshore flow. And that's what's going to drive the sea breeze boundary farther inland. When you have a stout easterly wind, that's what's going to bring that boundary farther inland. It can sustain itself, and then it'll meet the Gulf Coast sea breeze, and that's where we start to see more isolated showers and thunderstorms across the heart of the peninsula versus closer to the coast. Hi, Gwen. Hello to you in Sanford. Happy Saturday. How's it going? All the love to Sanford. We love Sanford. Okay, so here's 3 o'clock. If you have plans to get out for maybe a happy hour, I don't know if there even are happy hours on Saturday, but maybe a late lunch, early dinner, you can see these showers and thunderstorms. Marion County, the I-75 corridor, Ocala, the villages down in the Lake and Sumter counties. We start to see more coverage there with the help of the sea breeze collision. And then past dinner time, late evening, we're losing the instability. These are really living off the instability, the higher moisture content in the air. There's not a lot of upstairs support in the atmosphere. So these kind of just come up, billow up, look mean, look nasty, downpours, frequent lightning, and then we get the gusty wind threat because these collapse. We also have some dry air aloft, so in the atmosphere, that dry air can make for a stronger wind threat as these storms collapse. And then Sunday, we do it all over again. I think could even be lesser coverage for our Sunday, but around a 30% chance each day. Now, I wanted to circle back to the tropics one more time before we hit the 7-day forecast, because I was talking about this at the start of the show. No tropical development expected. If you're just hopping on, maybe you're just joining us, this is something that we didn't have last year. Last year, we had Beryl, and Beryl was a nasty storm, Category 5 hurricane. We have been quiet. It's all thanks to the setup that we have in the atmosphere. It's all thanks to all the dust, the hostile wind environment. We've also had waters that have been a little cooler than what they have been the past couple years. That's something that, we're still above normal, but cooler than what we've had the past couple years. So we've been keeping tabs on that. Obviously, as temperatures are warming, getting more heat, the ocean going to continue to warm up. All right, 7-day forecast. You can see how low our rain chances get. And yes, we're in the rainy season. It's not all that common that we get a 7-day forecast like this time of the year, right? To have 20% rain chances. Again, it could be even less than that in some spots. So if you're vacationing, maybe you're staycationing, love that. Rain chances, not all that impressive. But still, the sea breeze is enough oftentimes to get at least a few showers and thunderstorms to spark off. Right, if you're hitting the beaches, you're vacationing at the beaches, still minimal rain chances, but still a little higher as we head through Sunday and Monday. But overall, still minimal. Nice amount of sunshine. Still going to find some dry time at the beaches, which we love to see. All right, any questions that we may have? I'm going to hop on back over to Facebook. Heather, hello to you in Ocala. All right, what do you have tomorrow? Tomorrow afternoon, good day for outdoor activities. Yes, all right, let me go back to our forecast, our Fox model. I'll bring that back up and I can go through our Sunday forecast. Here, we'll show you the forecast for tomorrow. Still isolated shower and storm chances. Ocala around 94 degrees. Heather, we're going to see these as showers and thunderstorms. Actually, let me fast forward. Let me pause that. We'll jump in. Let's do this. All right, so there's tonight's activity, today's activity. So Sunday, 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if we'll have much shower activity. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be more afternoon. Okay, so let's go through this again. So you start to see that easterly flow, the onshore flow dominating, and we see these showers and thunderstorms with the help of the sea breeze interaction, the boundary interaction. Still, afternoon into about dinner time, and they're all moving. That's the difference. They're all moving with the strength of that wind, not just at the surface, but a more onshore flow, a more east to west movement in the storms because of the wind upstairs in the atmosphere working around that ridge clockwise. We're going to see these showers and thunderstorms moving up from the southeast to the northwest. There's Ocala. Again, maybe an isolated shower or thunderstorm through early afternoon, through dinner time. They're fading away. We're losing the instability, and things are looking much better. I just realized, I'm really sorry that graphic was not up. A little inside baseball talk. So when we're doing this, it's all us controlling everything, which is super fun at the same time. But when you get going, sometimes you forget to click the buttons. All right, so let me bring this back up. We're going to do a little recap one more time. Heather, I'm so sorry. Okay, there we go. We got our box up. There's our Fox model. All right, so tomorrow morning, now that you can actually see the map, all right, we can see the showers and thunderstorms, isolated in nature, lots of instability, not a lot of organization in the atmosphere to get these storms real mean, but it doesn't mean we can't get a rogue strong storm with some downpours, some frequent lightning, and some gusty wind. This is 3 o'clock. Heather, you can see Ocala and Marion County as a whole, isolated activity. Not all that widespread, but a few showers and thunderstorms through mid-afternoon, through early evening, and then by the time we get past dinner time, they are fading away. I hope that helps. I am sorry that I didn't have that graphic up. Alrighty. Let me see if I'm missing anything on YouTube. I don't think I am, but all of you watching, I so appreciate it. And again, if you're watching on Fox Local, thank you so much. I think I'm going to leave you with that. Let me throw back up the 7-day forecast one more time. Okay, because that's the most important thing, right? That of the tropics, and thankfully the tropics are quiet right now. So there's our 7-day, 20% chances for rain, highs in the mid-90s. That's above normal, and we have a good chance of staying above normal as we progress through mid to late week. And that actually coincides with the Climate Prediction Center. Let me pull that up real fast. I can actually show you the 6 to 10 day and the 8 to 14 day. So here is late month into early July. A good chance of staying above normal because of that heat dome, that ridge of high pressure. As we head through July 29th, June 29th rather, to July 5th, the first week of July, same story. Staying above normal. Plenty of heat, plenty of humidity. It'll be feeling like summer in Florida. So, again, these are going to be the norm. Saturday and Sunday, our Fox 35 Weather Extras, our breakfast chats at 10:30 to 11ish or so each and every morning on the weekends. Join me, bring your questions. If you have anything on your mind, whether it be theme park wise, Florida centric, Orlando centric, that's kind of been my little niche since I've been here. Love the theme park, so I've kind of been a little theme park insider, so to speak, as our producers have donned me now, which I love. I love getting into the parks. I also created a TikTok. I was so late to the party, but I do have a TikTok now. I've been posting some videos about new things in the theme parks. I try to get there at least a couple times a week if I can. So look forward to that, and look forward to seeing you each and every Saturday and Sunday on Good Day Orlando and on Fox Local, as well as Facebook and YouTube. So please follow me. Please look for me. And if you have any ideas on what you want this show to look like, I kind of talked about rehashing some trending stories that we talk about on Good Day Orlando, and again, highlighting some of the fun things in our theme parks. So with that, I'll leave you. Have a great rest of your Saturday, and I'll see you Sunday morning. Stay cool,